All right, so for this part 2, we're going to show how to pull data from Google Sheets and then input that data into a HTML email and send it. So this is just a Google Sheet I put up for Avid Bioservices. It's a pharmaceutical company, so this is the name of the company. This is the ticker symbol. This is the last price closing from Friday, September the 28th. This is the change from the previous day. In this example, I own 700 shares and have like $20 in cash in the brokerage account, so I just want the change in the whole brokerage account. So this is what my ending portfolio total is. And then this is the change in that total portfolio value. So these two numbers are for the individual stock. These two numbers are for your whole portfolio. So we put all that data into a Google Sheet, and you need to learn how to, you have to set up the share settings when you're using the Python package for Google Sheets, which is this OAuth to client service account credentials. So that's covered in a different video, but the other packages I'm using these 3 email ones from the previous video. JSON is needed to read the credit credentials file that you use when using the GSpread, which is this package for accessing Google Sheets. Pandas for our data that we're pulling from Google Sheets, and that covers all the modules. So these first 4 lines are how to set it up to read a Google Sheet. So you got your credentials. The scope is the feeds for the Google Sheets. So then you pull in the credentials, which is pulling the JSON data from here and this scope. And then you open up an instance of GSpread. So that's GC. All that's covered in a separate video that I have up. So then you need to designate the sheet. So this sheet was just called D1 for data 1. So you open up that sheet. You set the variable of the sheet. So then you're going to open that sheet, and you're going to open up sheet 1. You're going to pull in the values. So you use this variable portfolio sheet dot get all values, and you have to set headers. Even though this doesn't have headers, you can't create the data frame or the pandas df unless you have headers. So you create the headers using this line, these values dot pop 0, and then the data frame. So you want a list of pd dot data frame, the values, and the columns are going to be these headers. But basically, if I print that, and let me comment this out. So if I just print that, it's going to pull in these 6 values. And so I got Avid Bioservices Inc., CDMO, the stock price, the change from the previous day, the portfolio, and then the change in the portfolio. And to be consistent, you might want to format. How do I get this comment? Let me just delete that. There's some consistent formatting. Okay, so we got our data frame set. Now, this was all shown in the previous email, how to set up your email. None of that's changed. But we're going to use these brackets. And everywhere there's a bracket, it's going to pull the corresponding item from that list. So the first item, so basically this is going to read Avid Bioservices, CDMO, that's the ticker, closed at the value that it closed at, and then the change in dollars. You could also pull it in percent, but just choose to do it in dollars, period. And then your portfolio balance is your balance and then the change from the previous day. So you put all that in, quotation mark, quotation mark, quotation mark, dot format, and then df0 for the first one, df1, df2, df3, df4, and df5. So that's 6 values, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All this is the same. And the T-Day number, because we only want this to be sent on the weekdays. But since I'm creating this video on a Sunday, I'm just going to overwrite that T-Day num and just make it a 3, which would correspond to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday to Thursday. So I'm going to save that. And we can now run it. So it looks like it worked. Daily brokerage portfolio update sent at 7:41 on 9:30. If I go to my email, I have this nice email from Tim Cook himself saying Avid Bioservices closed at and the portfolio balance. So this is pretty helpful if you like getting email updates and not having to log into Google or any other website to check your portfolio, Mint or anything. This is just one more way to do it. So, thanks for watching.